this is TV Independent Newsstand. Basically, we discuss everything that has to do with politics, sports, entertainment, and lots more. And it's, of course, the people's voice. Stick with us, don't go anywhere. So what's your take on the minimum wage? Do you think we can sustain in this present day economy?
Well, nothing Nigeria can do again, just to manage what they see. Nothing they can do. If we look everything, inflation has already increased, so nothing Nigeria can do. 30,000 naira cannot buy anything, of which you know. 30,000 naira per se cannot do anything, but you can manage it. Nothing, since they have already implemented it. So we can do it.
Okay, do you think it should be increased or it should be left like that?
If people are getting to be increased, if the government, I don't think, but this one is very complex even to settle like this. But people agitating is a cock and bull story. But I don't think it can work for now, for this regime. Maybe other regime will come and increase it later. All I know that inflation has already, everything has grown and the people are suffering on the streets. So for it to take to buy a little things now, before you know the 30,000 have gone. Understand me? So it's not a money. If they can, even the federal government can even curtail their money, their money that they're taking on the salary is too much. Let it help tax it and bring it to the poor masses. It will make sense now. All this money they are collecting is too much. It's a huge amount. And people are suffering. Some family of 5, that 30,000 cannot do anything. Cannot do anything. Everybody know. Even though the federal government cannot manage 30,000 naira, even an hour. Understand me? They cannot manage it. But you can't expect people like family of 5, family of 6 to come and manage 30,000 naira. That is unfair now, but nothing we can do. Understand me? We leave everything to God.
The expectation of Nigerians, I as a Nigerian, you as a Nigerian, everybody as a Nigerian, the expectation that before now it should have been implemented. They should have been paying the 30 minimum wage, maybe 4 years ago. But things going on promising, and they are failing. But now, thanks to our president, 30,000 minimum wage, to me is small. But my expectation is that it should be increased. And if they want to stay on that 30,000 minimum wage, they should start implementing it as from now. And I think I should beg on to Muhammad Buhari to force the government, the state governors, that some of them don't want to pay, that you should force them to do it so that it can benefit all the Nigerians.
Concerning the new minimum wage issue in Nigeria, it's been a far cry over the years. Nigeria has been stuck in the 18,000 minimum wage previously, which was not even enough for the average worker. I think the new minimum wage is a welcome development. The increase, the 30,000 minimum wage, is okay, but it is not something that Nigerians should celebrate yet, because if you look at the state of economy, the cost of living of an average Nigerian, minimum wage that they are even about to implement, the 30,000 naira, is still not sufficient for an average worker. The cost of living in Nigeria is very, very high right now. And when you talk about the minimum wage, you are talking about the lowest workers in the Nigerian labor force, and that is not sufficient enough. So if they are implementing it, we shouldn't be celebrating it yet, because very soon you discover that by the time they implement it, you discover that the minimum wage is still not sufficient for the Nigerian workers. So
in other sense, you're saying it's not going to be sustainable in this present economy?
If you are talking about sustainability, if you talk about sustainability for the workers or the government paying it, for the workers, the 30,000 naira minimum wage is still not enough. It can't sustain them. It can't sustain just an individual. Not to talk of a family, not to talk of a complete family, a husband, a wife with children. Now, the sustainability on the part of government, I think is sustainable. In fact, the government can even pay far beyond the 30,000 minimum wage. If any government, state or whatever tells you that they cannot pay 30,000 minimum wage, know of a sure that that is a lazy government. Because Nigeria is rich enough to pay far beyond 30,000 naira as a minimum wage. I hope you get what I'm saying. So if you look at the trend, 30,000 naira should not even be what we should be, asking for. Nigerians should have been asking far more beyond 30,000 naira. But because of the laziness of our government and the docility of the Nigerian masses, they are celebrating the payment of 30,000 naira, which, as far as I'm concerned, is nothing, nothing to celebrate about. It's nothing, nothing worth happy over.
Thank you very much.